Welcome to Victory Achieved Gaming. This is Owen, also known as Immortalium.
And I am Caitlin, not forgetting to wave, because it's been quite a while since we recorded one of these.
Yeah, it's actually been quite a while. But I've been looking forward to getting back to this. I'm still in search of that elusive 10. Do you remember?
Oh, yeah. Well, your highest was 9, wasn't it?
I got 9 a couple of times, I think.
And I can't... Okay, so this was so long, I cannot remember what you
And
got last time.
the worst I think I've ever got was a 3 out of 10.
Yeah, but I can't remember how much you got last time.
Yeah. Well, last time I got a 9, I think.
Was it? I know you got 9 was the highest. You got one wrong.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, anyway, folks, we're going to be doing a bit more of this Steam review guessing. So, without any further ado, let's take a look at the first Steam review.
So the first one is from Jason?
What a question mark on that.
I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. It had 13.4 hours on record, 11.3 hours when they made the review. It was positive, and it was 1st of March, so I don't know if it was that March this year, 2024, I'm assuming. Okay, so they said, like a little blend of Zelda's A Link to the Past and Dark Souls, not as exploration heavy as the former and not as hard as the latter, but does feature a mix of isometric hack and slash action adventure with some fun and engaging combat, and easy recommended for fans of both franchises.
Okay, well, this gives me a little bit to work with at least. So, I mean, first off, it's isometric, which you know what isometric means, right?
If I didn't, what would the explanation you'd give to someone?
Very subtle, very subtle. So, not for you, for the folks at home, isometric means that you're looking at the world at an angle, usually like an angle, maybe 60 degrees or so.
Okay.
So...
Yes, I knew that.
Yeah, so it could be... So, I'm just trying to figure out, so A Link to the Past is the top-down one, or the isometric one, and Dark Souls, probably talk about the style and the combat. Hack and slash. So hack and slash means it's not Titan Souls, because that's more to do with an arrow. So it could... You see, the problem here is there's a few examples. So there could be Death's Door. That's an example that I would say is quite Zelda-esque and has elements of Dark Souls in there, and it's also isometric. There's also that game, Eldest Souls, which is also isometric. Oh, now that I think about it, there is another one. What's it called? Oh, geez, what is that game called? I can't remember. Something the Seven Acolytes. But I can't remember the first word. So it could literally be any of them. So if it's...
What does your heart tell you it is?
Well, for some reason, I'm leaning away from Death's Door, although I might regret that in a moment. Elder Souls is pretty dang hard. It is not as hard as the latter. Morbid, the Seven Acolytes, I think. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Morbid, the Seven Acolytes. I don't know if that's right.
Okay, let us find out. It is... Oh! Do you want to know what's really funny? I was thinking you should pick Death's Door the entire time.
What made you think that?
Because the one thing I noticed with you, the one that you say first, a lot of the time that's what it was. And then for some reason you never pick it and you change your mind.
Well...
That's the reason. I've noticed that a few times, that you always you say one and it's actually the answer, and then you change your answer. And they actually say when you do testing that a lot of the time, if you
go with your first
instant, it's actually correct.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind in the future then. So,
but I didn't want to tell you to stay with Death's Door.
Yeah, you're right.
Tempted to.
So I got it wrong already, folks. Apparently it should have been Death's Door.
Yeah.
So I don't know. The Dark Souls elements are a little minor in it compared to some of the other ones, so...
Okay.
But anyway.
So, next one. Okay. This is recommended. It's 3.8 hours on record. There's no... Is there a name? Gollum?
Gollum 09.
Gollum 09. October of 2023, so the kind of over a year ago. So far, a grade at atmospheric game, 80s anime, 90s manual art style, lots of art. It's cute on the surface, but with very dark undertones and spooky scenes. The closest game in gameplay type I would say is what's that?
Pentiment.
Pentiment. As you is a bit smaller from where I am.
Yeah, that's fair.
As you simply walk through environments to discover things and talk to people and choose which time consuming activity you do each day. I'm excited to play more.
Oh, so my brain went through several games there, but the time consuming, you talk to people and you pick which time consuming activity you do each day.
Is it Stardew Valley?
Good, very good. Ongoing joke, folks. So, I mean, oddly enough, the 90s, 80s, 90s anime manual art style makes me think of no, do I have it on the list? Actually, Jesus, I can't remember. It's been a while since I've looked at the list. Like, so there's two games that come to mind, but I'm not even sure if they're on the list. Princess Maker Refine and Long Live the Queen.
Well, I played Long Live the Queen.
So...
Is it like Long Live the Queen? Do you know what? Long Live the Queen does have... But I don't think the artwork is anything 80s or 90s.
Yeah.
So I can't be Long Live the Queen, because the artwork's not 80s or 90s.
Do I have Princess Maker Refine on there? If I can't think of anything other than that, I'll have to guess that. But what if it's not even on the list? It might be...
Yeah, if it's Long Live the Queen, I would say Long Live the Queen animation style is about 2010 animation
It's a bit
style.
more modern, yeah.
Yeah. It's definitely not 80s or 90s. Still has kind of the big eyes, but it's like not the face, and the eyes are still very detailed. No, it can't. It's
Cute
not.
on the surface, time-consuming activity you do each day. I'd just be sitting here for a while.
Do you want to just guess? I doubt it's Long Live the Queen. I both could be wrong.
Is it Princess Maker Refine?
Yeah,
I bet it's not even on the list.
If
What
if it's like Long Live the Queen, Little Goody Two Shoes. You didn't play that. I played that.
Yeah, I think this was a mistake that
Oh, okay.
someone's made.
Okay, because I wouldn't have guessed that because I didn't think it was on your list because you didn't play it.
I have it on there because supposedly you can guide me through it someday.
Yeah. Oh, so that his parents make the list for us, so we don't know the answers, and they probably thought he played it. Actually, it's me.
I'll need to have a word with them about that. I thought I'd explained it to them in the past, but
They probably forgot. But that makes sense. But wasn't on my radar because I knew you didn't play it.
yeah, that's why I was so thrown off. I was like, the ones that I think.
Yes, the art. I would say yes, 80s or 90s. That makes more sense. Yes.
Yeah, I've definitely seen the artwork.
And you
look
do
like
choose different activities during the day.
Yeah, but I mean that also applied to like Long Live the Queen.
It did, but the artwork did not apply.
Which is then why I was thinking of Princess Maker Refine, which is the game that inspired Long Live the Queen.
Yeah.
Because that was made in the 90s.
Yeah, no, it's just because I know the artwork for Long Live. I actually personally
Okay,
really
so that
enjoyed
was
Long Live
a
the Queen.
bad mistake, folks, on multiple counts.
So, do wrong.
Yeah, does that even count though?
I don't think that one should count. I think we should say this one is a
Out of 9.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
going to skip that one because in fairness, Owen did not play this one. Okay, so this one is from M Beyond. 11 hours on record, posted in March. I'm usually not a big fan of quests, point and click adventures, but I like this one so much that I immediately bought the Dark Eye Memoria. The atmosphere, graphics, and plot are amazing.
I mean, okay, we're going back to your first instincts. They've literally mentioned here in this review a game that is a sequel. So is the implication then that this is the first game?
I'm assuming it's the first game.
So in that case, it would be the Dark Eye Chains of... Is it Satanav?
The Dark Eye Chains of Satanav. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that was an easy one
that
because
was easy.
literally they mentioned the second game. So it's like, it has to be the first game, right? Like, that was That was my first guess.
Okay.
My first correct guess.
Yeah,
sorry.
correct. But yeah, because I was going to say you don't overthink it because they literally gave you the second game.
Yeah.
So yeah.
At first, I was thinking, like, could this be a game from the same publisher? But I was like, it's got to be the first game.
Actually, out of curiosity, did you ever play a game, but you didn't play the first game first? You played like the second game first or something before playing the first game?
I know Resident Evil would have fit into that category because I played later entries.
It was
before
Resident Evil.
The original.
Yeah, I did that before when I was like, I played Final Fantasy X-2 before I played Fantasy X.
Oh, Final Fantasy would fit into that because my first Final Fantasy was Final Fantasy 4.
Oh, but I meant like 10 and 10-2.
Oh, okay.
10-2 was a direct sequel from 10.
I see.
I played 10-2 before I played 10. Okay, so this is from... Can you read that? Because
Madness Incarnate.
Madness Incarnate. Okay.
I wonder how that's going to sound.
Because it's a bit
because I was
further
reading
from me. So, it's the review is actually from 2022. So, and they recommended it, and 18.3 hours on record. So great game if you're looking for a Souls-like that plays very close to Bloodborne. Did not take me too long to 100%, but was a blast, except for 2 achievements. I'm looking at you, barrels and tutorial.
Yep.
Having played Sekiro once, I got into the groove of parrying and attacking. The game became a simple run with no big issues and roadblocks, completely worth the price.
So, I mean, I already know with this game. This is 100%, I know this, and I'm going to explain my reasoning first. So first off, a lot of people compare this game visually to Bloodborne. I wouldn't say that it plays close to Bloodborne, but like visually, there's definitely a lot of Bloodborne elements there. Gameplay-wise, I would bring up Sekiro. I think it plays quite a bit like Sekiro. There's a few differences, of course, but it's very similar to that. But the main thing that clinched it for me was those 2 achievements. One is that you've got to break like 50 barrels by rolling into them or attacking them.
Oh, like when I think of barrels, I think of the Atelier game.
Barrel! And then the tutorial one is a bit frustrating because the achievement in that one required you to defeat the first boss of the game, which you're meant to lose, and you don't get a second try on it, but it is the first boss, which means like, you can make a new game and run quickly towards them, but it still takes a while. It's a bit frustrating from that perspective. This is Thymesia. I'm absolutely certain it's Thymesia.
Is it? Is it really? It is Thymesia. Okay, it is.
That was a good game, actually. I really liked that in the end. I was very impressed.
Okay.
It was from a smaller Taiwanese team, but I actually would definitely recommend it to folks.
This one is from, is that Lantis?
Lantis, yes.
Yeah, okay. Recommended 12 hours on record, posted in 2020. This was a pretty good Souls Meloidvania.
Metroidvania.
Okay, fine. I really enjoyed the grayscale art style and thought it worked great with the setting. I will say that I preferred to play with an analog stick, with a controller, with an analog stick.
Yeah, like the sticks that you.
Yeah, with controller. Okay. And but I felt like the way he wrote that sentence did not like come out well when I was reading it.
Yeah, that's fair.
And it was a constant problem for the character to accidentally activate elevators or climb ladders with platinum. Is that platinum?
No,
Phantom.
with Phantom up and down.
Phantom up and down inputs. Sorry, this one was a bit further away because I'm trying to stay close to my mic.
Yeah, so that she doesn't come onto camera.
Maybe I should have zoomed in a bit more for these ones.
Nah, it's fine.
Phantom up and down inputs, and it legit got me killed quite a few times. It got to the point where if I was fighting something near a ladder, I'd have to swap to a D-pad, but yeah, aside from that, I had no real complaints.
So first off, this review is a rant about, playing this game with an analog stick.
But they still liked the game.
They did, yes. And, I mean, that's a problem that's common with a lot of platformers. Like, if you want the most precise movements, you use the D-pad. But, like, even I find myself using the analog stick a lot. And you do some, because you're not super precise with the analog stick, sometimes you'll be pushing it to the top left, and it interprets it as, oh, that's up, isn't it? So, that happens. It's an opinion thing. The main thing Okay, so the there's not that much I can get out of this, but there's a bit. They compare it to Souls, and they say it's a Metroidvania. The main thing, though, I'm thinking is the grayscale art style. My first thought to my first thought game was Unworthy, and based on your rule earlier, Caitlin, I should apparently stick with that.
Yeah.
So
Let's see if I'm wrong. I'm going to be really sorry if we're wrong.
nah, I mean it's not gonna be your fault if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure.
Oh, I was right. My theory's correct. Owen has to go with his gut choice from the first
Well,
one.
I mean, I might have guessed Unworthy anyway. I'm not sure what other grayscale games I would have come up with, but yep, I mean,
Yeah, I think you're overthinking the answers too much.
a bit sometimes, yeah.
But no, I do that. I overthink things a lot as well, so I kind of get that. So this was from Agent Zero. 20.5 hours on record. Review was from January. Pokemon for PC, and I love it, especially because I can play it in co-op with my brother.
Ooh, now first off, Pokemon for PC. So this is
Isn't
gonna be a
that
creature collector.
Isn't that new game? That Pal World that got sued.
Well, that's not on the list.
I know it's not. That's what I think it's weird. I was like, Pal World's on the list. I don't think it was out in January either.
That is technically co-op, but
And I don't think it was out in January. When
I
did
think
that?
you might be right. I think it was a bit later, maybe the
Yeah.
end of January or the beginning of February or something.
Yeah, and didn't they get sued recently?
Yeah, we'll have to see how that goes. The patents that Nintendo's claiming seem a little loose, but
Yeah, but
We'll see.
but they did kind of rip off Pokemon. I can see
but
it.
they're being sued not for the art style. That's a thing that a lot of people mistake that for. Nintendo isn't going after them for any of the character designs or the art. They're going
Oh.
after them for the patents, which is like some of the gameplay mechanics in the game.
the art style would have popped. They could have won for the art style.
Well, if they didn't go for it, they must have thought they had a better chance with the patents.
Maybe.
Anyway, so back to this. So now I'm have to think of creature collectors. So and particularly the main thing I get, besides creature collector, is co-op. I think that's pretty much the only two things I can go with here. So I'm trying to think because it's not Digimon World Next Order because that doesn't have co-op in it.
Is it Galgon? Because you have to shoot the girls and like capture them when they come to attack you.
That was your assumption?
It's a joke.
I mean, I got that because it's not on the list for one, but
Yeah.
it's just a funny. You actually capture them.
I don't think you capture, but you shoot them with the gun or something, and they stop chasing you. So it's kind of like you're capturing them with the gun in my head.
Surely it's more like stunning.
Stunning, yeah. I don't know.
But anyway, so
I think you can. I'm not sure.
there's Shin Megami Tensei, which
Oh yeah,
That
that's
is-
not
isn't
co-op,
co-op.
though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
then let's see what other ones. So Koromon is one, but Koromon, does that have co-op?
I've never played that. so I
It
don't
definitely didn't have co-op at the beginning, but did they like release a patch later that would have done co-op? One that definitely could be done co-op style though is Temtem, because that's essentially an MMO. So you could have two players like playing alongside each other. So I guess by your rule I'd go with Temtem.
Maybe.
I think there's a chance it could be Koromon.
Oh, yeah, but you don't think there's co-op in that?
I don't think so. Temtem. So yeah, the co-op thing was the main important thing. Literally, if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't have had. I mean, I would have had Creature Collector. But
Yeah, but you wouldn't. You probably would have guessed the other one.
maybe, yeah.
You
But
probably would have said it's one of them, and you probably would have taken the guess.
yeah, knowing me, I would have gone with the wrong answer.
Yeah. Okay, so this one is 17.7 hours record. It's from Logical to You, is it?
Logical to you, yeah.
January 2021. Oh, so it's an older one. It's not the prettiest or deepest dungeon crawler, but it is cute, charming, and generally fun to play. Just don't feel bad using a guide for the secret objectives or expect something groundbreaking.
Okay, when I saw the word dungeon crawler, this is one where. So I'm gonna go through this because my first thought was based purely on that first line, and it's clearly not that game. So my first thought was Legend of Grimrock, which is a first-person dungeon crawler. However, it's not meant to be cute, so it's not that. Also, the mention of using a guide for the secret objectives. You know what this makes me think of?
What?
Is Chantilly's.
Oh.
Because do you remember in each zone of the dungeon, there were all these secret objectives you had to do that would bring up a chest? Do you remember that?
Yeah. Could be challenging.
And that is a dungeon crawler in the sense that, like...
And it says don't respect something groundbreaking because the game was fun, but it wasn't groundbreaking.
Yeah. So, I mean, there are other dungeon crawlers there, but, like, most of the other ones I'm thinking of are kind of grim looking. Like Darkest Dungeon, for instance. I mean, the name alone.
Yeah, unless they think it's cute. I don't know.
Yeah, tentacle monsters and pox-filled...
Was Chantilly's out in 2021?
Oh, easily. Chantilly's came out ages ago. When did that come out? Was it 2013 or something?
Oh, okay, fair enough. Oh, do you want, yeah.
So I'm gonna go with Chantilly's because I'm thinking...
Here's the most. Okay, here it is. Ah, oh, yeah.
A Tale of Two Sisters. Does it include Tale of Two Sisters or is it...
No,
yeah,
it's
just
just
Chantilly's. But still, yes.
No, it's fine.
So, okay, my logic there worked.
Even if you said Tale of Two Sisters, it's still Chantilly. It's still the same game.
But yeah, the cute part was a big hint.
Yeah. Because it is a cute game. Okay, so this is from Dragon Fruit.
Yes.
3.3 hours on record from 2013. Oh, wow.
33.3 hours.
Yeah, and it's also from 2013.
Old enough.
Great game. If you love classic point and click adventures, lovely designed and level and beautiful music, you shouldn't miss this game. The riddles may be confusing sometimes and need a certain amount of brain to solve, but if you like to combine a snail with an envelope, you will have no real problem, but instead lots of fun. I feel like a snail and an envelope thing is like a clue.
Yeah, it is. I'm just racking my brain here. Because at first I thought that this could be Sam and Max, like the first season of Sam and Max. But it wasn't a snail, it was a cockroach. That you use as like to listen in, like, you know, like planting a bug.
Yeah.
Literally, they planted a bug, they put a cockroach there, and then a cockroach would come back and go, oh, this is what they said.
There's a snail and envelope.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to... And I'm trying to figure out what point-and-click games would have been available in 2013. Now, maybe I'm misremembering, but a snail being involved could be related to the Whispered World. Would that have been on Steam in 2013?
That I actually do not know the answer.
Maybe. I think it might have been, because it took Daedalic a little bit to get their games onto Steam. But I'm pretty sure that was around like 2010 when they were struggling to like get it on there, and then they got on there maybe in 2012 or something.
So you want to go with the Whispering World?
I mean, I highly doubt it's Leisure Suit Larry. What other point-click games? It doesn't seem... I mean, it could be like a Monkey Island game, but I honestly don't remember any snail on letters thing. This really makes me think... Like, the style of Whispered World, it feels like there would be a puzzle in it. It's been a while since I played it. Probably since the end of, like, 2022. So that's why I'm struggling a bit to remember. But, you know what? I'm gonna go with it.
Okay.
Is it the Whispered World?
It is... Oh. The Night
Of the Rabbit.
I've never heard of that game.
It's from the same developer.
Okay. So you were close.
There was a snail with an envelope. Oh. Oh, okay. I think I remember the envelopes. The snail part I'm still struggling a little bit, but no, I remember the envelopes now.
Okay, so you got 2 wrong.
Yeah, out of 9 so far.
Okay.
But 2 more, I think.
Yeah. Okay, so next one. That's not bad though, since you got the same developer, so you were on the right track.
Yeah, not same franchise though, otherwise.
Yeah. Lord Slayer. 23.6 hours on record in March. Very short review. I swear to God, if I see one more jar of green gel or one more lift.
Ooh, this is a tough one, but interesting. Jars of green gel. A lift. I mean, I could be wrong. The gel part kind of makes me think of some of that toxic waste that in the original Doom. There are lifts in there, but I wouldn't have said that the lifts were like ever aggravating. You know, in terms of repetitiveness.
Yeah.
It's definitely not Hollow Knight because the gel in that game is orange. So it's not green.
Is this person colorblind?
Well, I mean, that is a possibility. I'd hope they're not, though. Otherwise, I'd have nothing to work with, really. I mean, First Instinct? Do you want me to go First Instinct on
I
this
guess,
Doom?
yeah. Doom, is
There
it?
are green jars and there's lifts.
Okay, the evil within.
Okay, so that didn't work out for me.
Yeah,
then.
that one didn't work out. But were you even thinking of this one? Oh, what I put in green. Sorry, everyone. Were you even thinking of this one though?
I hadn't gotten to it. Maybe if I thought about it long enough, but to be honest, I don't remember the green gel or the lifts that much in that game.
So you might have gotten to.
I mightn't have gotten to it, but I'm not 100%. I kind of went straight for the, but it's fine.
Yeah, it did work with the other ones.
Yeah, it
maybe
did.
this one was just so vague.
Very vague, yeah.
I think it's okay to overthink vague ones like
because
this sometimes.
like there's these explosive green barrels in Doom, and there's a lot of lifts as well. So I was like, it could be that.
Okay, so you got 3 wrong out of 9. So this is the last one. It is from Boraria. Borari. Yeah, 65.5 hours from 2020. Platonic returned to the genre they do best. This is an amazing 2D game in the veins of DKC, but also do some unique stuff with the overworlds that I really, really, really enjoyed. Highly recommended. So they actually gave you the developer, didn't they?
Platonic, yep.
So that's a big hint. So
That's a huge hint.
there you go. You have a massive hint already.
So they've literally, as far as I'm aware, made 2 games. One's in 3D, one's in 2D.
Okay.
So do you know what DKC is, by the way?
Donkey Kong.
You're right. The first part is Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong Country.
Oh, okay.
Have you heard of Donkey Kong Country?
No, but I know Donkey Kong.
So, I think the reason they make that comparison is Donkey Kong Country is a 2D platformer, but it was 3D. Like, essentially, it was one of the first 2.5D games where the characters and environments were 3D, but you navigated the world on a 2-dimensional plane.
Okay.
Like, basically left to right.
Okay.
So, I mean, if I'm correct, I mean, there isn't really any ifs, ands, or buts about this. As long as this game, like, developer 2D, this has got to be the second Yooka-Laylee game, which is, just give me 1 second.
Yeah.
I need to remember the subtitle. It's Yooka-Laylee, The Impossible Lair, I think.
Okay. Yooka-Laylee and the Impossible Lair.
I missed the end, but I
That's
presume
fine.
that.
No, that's fine. That's the same thing.
Okay, so in total then.
You got 3 wrong, wasn't it, out of 9?
So I got
Okay.
6 out of 9, folks.
Yay!
So, I mean, that was an interesting one this week in the sense, I say this week, this session, in that first off, we got a game on there that I've never played. I was there for Caitlin's benefit of, potentially guiding me through it someday, which, am I even correct? Have you actually not finished that game
I didn't because my laptop's broken. I have to buy a new one.
Yeah, but I
My
thought...
laptop broke, and I get a bonus at work that is this like voucher. That
Oh yeah, she was telling me all about that, folks.
You get like, my work does good. Our bonuses are like this kind of voucher thing, but it could be used in a lot of shops and restaurants in like Ireland. And actually, Curry's is one of them, and Curry's sells laptops and PCs and gaming laptops and stuff like that.
So she's gonna do that.
So it'll be €200 towards it, and then I always get like another 1 or 2 from like farmers and stuff.
Yeah. You don't have to say too much about
Yeah.
that. But anyway, so that was a problem. And then the other 3, I just struggled with them. That was it. Like, it was just, it wasn't that they were bad, it wasn't that they were good. It was just the case that I didn't guess them correctly.
I do want to finish Goody Two Shoes though.
Yes, that would be good to do.
It was really cute.
But still, 6 out of 9, not
Yeah.
terrible.
No.
And there were some fun reviews in there. There was a couple that were super obvious. I
Yeah.
mean, that one was super obvious, and the Chains of Satanav one was obvious because of the fact they mentioned the sequel.
Yeah.
But then the others there were some pretty challenging ones in there, and
Yeah.
got to the
I
conclusion.
think the one, if they give you enough information, don't overthink. But if it was something vague like the green goo, you
The green
can.
goo,
Because that was like a 1-sentence review.
It was,
So,
yeah.
Like if they gave you a bit more, you could have worked with it.
Yeah, but to be fair, sometimes it's fun to try to figure that out.
And like, yeah, and the
But
one with
anyway,
the envelopes and stuff.
I had a good time, folks, doing this, and I'll be looking forward to doing more of it in the future. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed watching me do the Steam review guessing. And of course, if you enjoyed the video, please leave it a like, it would be very helpful. You can go check out some of my other Steam review guessing videos. And also, you can go check out our series, where we play games from that list, from the list of games that I can potentially guess from. Currently, I don't even know when this video is going to go up, so maybe I shouldn't even say currently.
Well, I guess it would be finished.
But we're playing at some point, right now, as we record the video, we're playing Dark Souls and Edna and Harvey the Breakout.
Yeah, and so that means
Who knows what we're playing by the time this video comes out, but you can go check those out. I would highly encourage you. You could check out Ori and the Blind Forest. That's a good playthrough. The 999 one was
Or
good.
even the
Chantilly's, we mentioned Chantilly's.
Yes, or even the 2 episodes of Resident Evil, which I stopped playing.
3 episodes.
Was it 3? Oh, 3 episodes.
It was 3 episodes, yeah. So, plenty of good stuff to go check out, so I would highly encourage it, folks. So anyway, thank you very much for watching. This has been Owen, also known as Immortalium.
And I am Caitlin.
And bye-bye!